In the beginning, the universe was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and been widely regarded as a bad move.
Hi there, I'm Silas and welcome to our new series For Better or Worse, the evolution of consciousness. In this series, I want to take a look at the good aspects of the stages of consciousness and the bad aspects, meaning that every stage brings solutions with it, solutions for the problems of the stages below. And it also brings new problems with it that are generally more complex and can usually only be solved by the next stage. I'm going to take an analogy from computer technology because this is an evolution that is very close to us in history. So the computers that we have today are the pinnacle and the leading edge of this technology. Okay, these things are so enormously complex compared to the first ones that we have, because the first computers, or the first things we would call a computer, were mechanical. They had cogs and wheels, and they could perform very simple tasks. They could perform addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. That's it. And the problem of this technology at that point is, if you want to solve a problem that is more complex than just 5 by 6, you have to put in a lot of work. You, as a human, have to put in a lot of work. So it's very impractical for bigger problems. The newer computers, let's take those made out of tubes. So we have a lot of these things now. We have hundreds or even thousands of tubes, which still is very simple technology from our standpoint, but at that point was the leading edge. These computers could perform tasks much more complex, and this made them so much more practical for larger problems. At the same time, they introduced new problems, because if you have thousands of tubes and one of them burns out, how are you going to notice? You're not going to see it because it's in a forest out of tubes, and your result will be off by just a little bit, or it will not make sense at all, and you don't know why. So you have to look for this problem. A better way to show how the complexity of problems arose with these newer machines was that they had to be kept in very, very safe and solid environments. So just raising the ambient temperature had an impact on the result, or even could destroy the machine. A change in the magnetic field could have an impact, or a change in the temperature, a change in humidity, and so on. Whereas if you take the mechanical machines, all of these changes would not have a major impact. At that time, actually, the term bog was created because literal bogs, the animals, could go into the computers and become very hot, fry and die, and actually destroy part of the computer. So if you found that bug, you found the problem. This problem is much more complex than the problems that the easier or the simpler computers had, because if those broke, it was usually just a broken piece of metal. So something about this size that's broken is easily spotted in a machine that contains only 100 of these things. Moving on to the computers that we have now, we don't have the problem of physical bugs anymore. We have the problem of software bugs, which again are super hard to find and take a lot of people and a lot of technicians to spot, because they are hidden in a huge world of code, and finding that little thing that doesn't work or doesn't do its job correctly is very hard. So again, this problem is more complex. At the same time, we can do, again, so much more with the computers now than we could with the tube-built one or tube-based ones. So I hope this makes sense, and I want to translate this to the evolution of consciousness, because the same thing is true there. And you're going to see that when we start with our next video about the stage red. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.